Going on? Street Knowledge Podcast, your boy Big Boosie. You know what it is, man. You know what we doing. Wait for a few people to chime in, slide through. A lot to talk about real quick. It's getting very interesting out here in these YouTube streets, out here in these Instagram streets, out here in these TikTok streets. It's getting real crazy. Thought I'd voice my opinion. I was listening to my brother, Unique Mega Audio, take on the Remy Ma Papoose situation. And I must do say I don't agree with the majority of it. I ain't gonna say all of it. I ain't gonna say I don't disagree with all of it. I don't agree with I don't agree with the majority of it at all. And I seen a few of his subscribers go up there and leave some comments. And I kind of took a few highlights from some of them that I want to read off to y'all in a minute and wait for a few people to get in there, get in the chat, man. Make sure y'all hit that like button when you come in. Please hit the like button. Hit that like button. YouTube shadow banning my channel. I don't know why, but hit that like button. All y'all new people come in, please subscribe. Show the channel love. Hit that notification button so you'll know when I'm up here. So yeah, this is really it's a sad topic. It's a sad topic because at the end of the day, we was witnessing real black love, man, at one point in time. Like Papoose and Remy was like the two poster children, should we say, for black love. And it's deep that it done turned to this. It turned to this, man, all over the internet. We used to see them smiling together, good interviews. He used to be so happy. Like, yo, this is deep, man. This is a deep, deep situation, man, to the point like I feel very sad for Papoose. But I can look and tell he's very happy, man. Very happy. All that, he looking like he's sad and all that. I don't see none of that. I see him very happy. I see a lot of deflections, shots thrown at him, deflecting and hoping that he upset. But now we got to keep it 1,000. When you've been with a person as long as he's been with Remy, he's still gonna have love for her. Not even gonna say still have love for her. Still love her. It's hard to outlove a person when you've been with a person that long, unless you are the aggressor of the relationship, the one that really started cheating and didn't care about the person anymore. Because you can't say she didn't care about him. She had to love him at some point in time, and if she didn't, then she was a good actress to do that and actually have a child on top of it. That would be crazy for a woman to bring a child in this world with a man that she do not love. Not saying that that's Remy. And I'm not up here to be disrespectful. I'm up here to voice my opinion and make it make sense. Because a lot of people is talking all over the place, even though everybody entitled to their own opinion. But it's very, very sad. And I might get as crazy at the same time, man. When you see two people that's the poster child for black love and was actually, when you see them in interviews, they smiling and, chilling. And, I've seen Remy in some interviews is like, to me, it looked like as if she probably didn't want to be there. But me, watching Remy throughout the years with her career, she always was the laid back, kind of, nonchalant style of a female. So, I I couldn't read it at the time, but some people is just like that. Some people is happy. Some people just don't show emotions like that. I'm like that. I don't show emotions all the time, but when it comes to a woman that I'm with, dating or whatever you want to call it, it's times that, you gotta show emotions, showing them a good time and all that. But just because you don't show it, don't mean that you don't love that person. So that's why I could never say that she didn't love him. That's just probably her character. Period. But so with all this stuff going on, man, I seen the episode that my bro Unique did, and I can't agree to none of that. What he was saying, I can't agree to none of his thought process. We got to look at this, man. One of the things that Unique was pointing out was saying that Pat Papoose shouldn't have said nothing. One of the other ones was, um, okay, we back. One of them was Pap shouldn't have said nothing. The other one was when Remy was fed up. When a woman is fed up, because Remy was saying something of the fact of something about that woman that when it was stuff was hitting the fan between the both of them, and she didn't want to go in on Papoose, and she'll take the hit and be quiet because her celebrity can stand the hit of public opinion more than his could, because her fan base is bigger or her celebrity is bigger than his. So Unique was saying as if, when a woman fed up, brother, you just gotta take it on the chin and fall back. I can't agree to that. Sometimes you gotta fight for your woman and fight for what you love, and see if she would understand where you coming from. Especially if you're not doing no wrong and you're not cheating and you're not doing none of the above, then maybe she would, if y'all could come to reason, she would understand, like, yeah, maybe he's right. Not only that, they did counseling. Another thing, um, Unique was saying when he played the part when Remy was saying that Pap was coming to see her like every day, every day. Unique said that, bro, you got to give a person some space, room to breathe. You can't come every day. So now, this is though that right there was one of the biggest things that stood out to me. What I feel like that was the biggest no-no. So you got to understand this. When Remy was saying that, and she did interviews about him coming every day, she was basically saying, he got his life. I didn't really want him to have to come every day. That's why she was saying that. She didn't say that because she needed some space. She was saying that he has a life, and she loved and respect that he was coming every day, but he has a life. and she wanted him to, to do some things with what he got going on. She was like, I ain't going nowhere. I'm gonna be here. I got to do this time, which I respected her for saying that and not making the person do the time with you, even though Pat was doing the time with her on the outside. But come on, Yui. You already know if you locked up, you would love a person to come see you every day. Every day. Too many people in jail. I don't know nobody in jail wouldn't want their girl to be able to come see them every day. Or their man to be able to come see them every day that's locked up. I don't know what happened, y'all. I hope I'm back. So yeah. When a person is locked up and they can have their girl or their man come see them every day, I don't know no person that wouldn't want them to come see them every day. That's the difference in seeing a person every day and smothering them and all that in real life. You up under them every day, but just seeing them, you get to walk out of that cell, get to go see your girl or your loved one every day. That'll help your bid go by fast. I wouldn't see. I can't see nobody not wanting to see somebody every day. Now, like I said, she was caring about his well-being. He has a life, and she was just saying, yeah, I'm not gonna be selfish, and him have to do the time with me and come up here every day. So I respected her for that. But it has nothing to do with smothering a person every day. But that also says a lot about Papoose' character. That he's letting her know, I'm here with you. We gonna ride this together. You a female. You never been to jail before. You never been through this. So I'm gonna make sure I hold you down. It can't get no realer than that, man. What in the what out who out there in the world seeing something that me and a whole bunch of other people not seeing, that Papoose was a real dude for doing that. For real. Finesse said Pap came out looking like a true gentleman. Facts. She filed for doing him like that with old boy. That's a fact. Like, how could it be she saying now that he was smothering her and she was in jail? Now, either she was looking out for his well-being and saying, you don't have to do this time with me, or that means she has somebody, a girl on the inside that she, that can occupy her time as well. So it could go either way. But regardless, it shows Pap concern, his character, his love, and everything for this woman, man. To want to get up every day and get on that bus and have to ride upstate or however he got up there, man. So I'm not understanding how somebody would see it like he's a weak dude. Nah, bro. He's one of the men that make men like us look good. Meaning, a lot of men like us that have status out here, a lot of women don't even want to deal with us because they think that because we are a person that's popular that we would be in a cheating phase. So we wouldn't even really have a chance with a real woman that has a thought process of men cheating all the time because you are in the limelight. Detroit over everybody said now all of a sudden he was cheating on her during her bid. She just made that out of thin air. Facts. I was going to bring that up. Detroit versus everybody. B. Dot says she took advantage of a genuine man. Another ungrateful woman on the books. Facts. Vito still said, I see a few haters say that the song When a Woman's Fed Up. Yeah, how she fed up? But let me explain something about that part when all of a sudden she cheating. He's cheating. He's doing the bid with her. Right? On the real for real, She should have told him, yo, you could just go ahead and do what you do. I know I'm in here. I don't want you to do this bid with me. Like real men supposed to. Guess what? My homeboy's name is Jabbo. He told his wifey that. I'm going to be in 15 years, man. It is what it is. You know, you move on. Just hold me down when I'm in here. Make sure the dude treat my kid right and all that. When I was locked up, my daughter's mother at the time was my girl. I told her I ain't calling all the time, and it is what it is, because, you know, she ain't had no bread like that. The police took my money. I was out. When I got locked up, had 100 grand on the street. You know, dudes disappearing with that money. So it was over. So I only had lawyer money and to take care of what I had to take care of. So I had to think smart and start jailing. That's what it's called, jailing. So I didn't want her to have to do the bid with me. And she ended up dealing with another dude. And she told it to me once I was on my way out. And guess what I did? I respected that. But she held me down. Letters, commissary, all that. Held me down. I respected that. I didn't make her do the bid with me. It is what it is. We human out here, man. B. Dot said he caught her. She's blessed Papoose ain't crashed and smoked something. She blessed Papoose? How? He don't need to crash or smoke nothing. Young Ty, what up? So yeah, all that he cheated on her and all that, she should have been focused on that he did right by her while she was in jail. When anybody that's out here know, when you go to jail, it's out of sight, out of mind. Nobody don't even think about you no more. Half the girls ain't waiting for no dudes. I know a few that waited for their dudes. But still, at the end of the day, he was coming every day, making sure you was good, helping your bid go by, man. B. Dot says she blessed Papoose, didn't lose his mind over her cheating. Yeah, because he found out about it. When he found out about it, he tried to go and do counseling with her. And then when they go do the counseling, the counselor told him don't, you know, gave him their orders what to do and told him, you know, when you go to the rap battle, don't fight with the dude or nothing. Y'all work through what y'all gotta work through. They go do the rap battle. After it's over, he stayed in the back. He wasn't saying nothing. He went home with his kid and she left and went with the little dude. And then come back to the next day after counseling. What? Come on, man. Pap ain't gonna lose his mind. You gotta be smart and not lose your mind. For real, for real. That's what a real man do. That's the part where I agree that he shouldn't do. Pap said he almost blacked out when he saw Shorty in the bed with Remy and the kid. Yeah, because that's in there. Jazzy Born, salute. Yeah, because that's his baby. And if you in there doing freaky stuff and all that. Unique said, why, you know, when he said he found out about the girl in there, Unique was like, oh, how does she look? Was she cute? Basically like, as if, yo, man, you should have just wanted to join in or whatever. No, they married, man. That man don't want no, now, that ain't what I'm saying. Now, if they are with that, doing a threesome or whatever, she's supposed to let her man know. You don't just invite a woman over and act like that's your homegirl and y'all, you know, she's spending the night and you just sleep over, you gonna sleep in the room with her because y'all talking and having fun. And that ain't how that worked. And Finesse said, he said, stink, the kid was on the floor. That's crazy. Now, if she had the girl in there trying to sneak and act like she just over there as a homegirl, but you really sexing her, but you ain't letting him know what it is, that's cheating. And y'all are married. But I guess you thought that you want to outsmart him, that you have the kid inside. I mean, you had a girl inside of there and it's not a man, so you can get away with a little sneaky. When he go to sleep, we could play and do what we like to do. Because it ain't a man. But he walked around and creeped and found and watched and seen what happened and busted you. So that's disrespectful to him. It don't matter if it's a woman. You still cheated. You didn't tell him, yo, we going to have a threesome, or babe, I'm going to just do it with another girl. Can I do it? And get his approval. That don't make it right. Jazzy says, sounds like she's a narcissist. She That's what he said. She a narcissist, practically said it in her song Conceited. Seems like she's very ungrateful and arrogant. Papoose seems very humble. They was bound to clash. Yeah, and you know, this ain't no bashing Remy. I'm just giving my opinion. Now, this is what I want to say to y'all. My brother Unique, y'all know I love him to death. Been backwards from my brother. He said Papoose was out of line for going online and even speaking back or speaking out about it. He didn't say speak back. He said speaking out about it. He shouldn't have never said nothing. Basically, real men don't say nothing. But my thought process of that is, yes, he should have said something. He cannot be quiet on that one. Finesse said Unique got that player in him. Pap is a lover's man, facts. And that's what my other homeboy said. Unique talking like a player. Pap is a lover's man. They different. That's a fact. Remember, Unique dealt with the crazy baby daddy stalking him. Lily baby daddy was hiding in the bin stalking Unique, so he see it different. That's a fact, and that's my point. And you know, and that's when Unique was a player, because he's not a player no more. He's married, so he need to see things different as well. But he still might have his thoughts on it. But my thing is, this is my thing. Remy Ma came out and started talking. She utilized the Clarissa Shields interview from the Breakfast Club to say enough is enough, like as if she was quiet with stuff. Clarissa Shields said nothing crazy on the Hot 97 interview. I listened to it. Now, if Pap didn't come back and check that, he is a celebrity. So now he's looked at as a good person, a good man for women. Now, if he didn't come back and check what Remy said about him, the women might would have said, oh, he ain't came back and said nothing. Maybe she's right. All that painting as he a good man, but behind the scenes, Remy was right. Oh, let me change my perspective on him now. And now they changed the perspective on him. And once they changed the perspective on him trying to put out records or be behind a project with records, because he's an exec now at one of the labels. So he be behind a project or him just doing anything. Y'all excuse me, man. They out there cleaning my yard out and all that. Y'all gotta excuse me. They trimming the trees and stuff, and they blowing the trees off. Excuse me, y'all. She was trying to defame his character. That's a fact. And Pat was married to her, so she's not a girlfriend. Facts. Then she started talking about his son too. That's crazy. Finesse said, you're 100% right. Pap has been humble long enough, and now it's all coming out about Remy. Zip just dropped a video exposing her really being from Queens, and the BX, she's receiving her karma. Yeah, the Mexicans cleaning my yard. You already know. Well, they doing everybody. They grooming all the trees and all that out here in the grass. Jay said that's why he had to mention how her family loves him and told people to ask them. Facts. And that's my point. Like I was saying, he had to speak out because he is a celebrity. And this is what Unique to understand. In this music game, you have to speak out when people start saying in your name, because Papoose was quiet at first. Everybody knows that. Everybody knows that. Everybody knows that. And now Remy Ma came out and said a lot of stuff to defame his character, man. And if he wouldn't have came back, that would have messed his career up, and people would have started believing what Remy was saying, man. So it's impossible that he could be quiet. This is not no regular people relationship when they talking to their friends and putting their friends in their business. Yeah, you don't got to speak back to the friends. I ain't got to tell them nothing. I don't got to say nothing to the friends and all that, man. So he had to say something. And that's what I want Unique to understand. He got to say something. He can't just be quiet, bro. That's a no-no. Then she want to call him broke. How you calling a man broke and you was holding him down? If you was holding him down, you supposed to help him get some money. Finesse said that's a good point. When Dougie Fresh was playing with Unique name in the streets, Unique went and handled that like Pap. Both men defended their rep. That's a fact. He definitely did. Because he had my brother and them circling Doug Fresh house, wait for Doug to come out, and Doug was going to get that head smacked when it first happened. That's a fact. Dion L. Phil said both of them are wrong for even hashing their means in public. That's a fact. But who started it first? That's where we got to go at, Dion. Because of how the public felt about their relationship being so well perceived, they should have handled this situation, differently. But he can't help it if Remy came out and started talking crazy. He never went out talking crazy and bashing her. Name a time now. Unless I missed it somewhere. You name a time. Because he didn't. They said Dougie Fresh tried to dress like a maid to sneak out the house. The team was official back in the day. Now, that's a fact. That's a fact. My brother and them was around there circling, waiting for Dougie to come outside. He'll get that head smacked. You know, but Dougie and Unique is best of friends now, man. So that's old. We don't want to bring that back up. And Dougie ain't a female, so we can't even compare that. I hate to say it, but it sounds like the Casino movie. You can't turn a you know what into a housewife. All she had to do was end their relationship the ladylike way with respect, bow out gracefully. Right. Sit down and say, yo, I ain't feeling this no more. Let's call it quits, man. And let's be friends, you know, and let him do his grieving, because if he felt the love the way he did, he probably gonna grieve more. She ain't feeling him like that. Once a person, man or woman, ain't feeling a person no more, they ain't really gonna feel bad about the situation. To a certain degree. Some of them might not feel bad at all, depending on how far they want to go. But for the sneak behind the back, why would you have to sneak behind the back to deal with somebody else? And it's a fact that she got caught cheating. So if you got caught cheating, instead of just saying, I don't want to be with you no more, that says a whole lot right there alone. So how is Pap wrong about anything? There's nothing nobody could come online and say that the man is wrong about, man. Dion Phil said, think Remy did this for attention. Her music isn't a vibe no more. But let her say it, she's the celebrity. She's the one making the money, making the moves. He's saying how he wrote for her. He didn't want to dime because that's his wife, as he shouldn't. We are here to protect and take care of our women. That's what men are for. And that's a fact. So, you know, but give us some credit. If he was broke, why you ain't help him get some money? Figure out a way to put money in your man's pocket. See, a lot of women like broke men. Kids will have more respect for you as well. Remember, they paying attention to how you move. That's a fact. That's what drove Puffy crazy and blowing up Cuddy car. Pap handled that like a gentleman. If he blew up the car like Diddy, she would have been playing victim. Facts. But nah, we ain't never giving a woman that satisfaction. I ain't blowing nothing up. I'm blowing out of here. I'm gone. Hello, I follow you from Syria. I wish you a happy day. I appreciate you, Syria. Moham, appreciate you. Yeah, make sure y'all hit that subscribe and like button for me. Y'all hit the like button. Hit the like button, man. But yeah, man. You know, this is stuff I want to break down to my brother Unique, man. She's way out of line. Pap did nothing wrong. And he had to speak out. If he would have been quiet, that would have ruined his celebrity by him not saying nothing, and people would have been listening to Remy saying what she was saying. And then, you know, why do a person being broke got to do with anything? If y'all a couple, y'all are a couple. But I guarantee you this, a lot of women like broke men. One thing I heard Hassan Campbell say today that I agree with him with was a lot of women don't want no man that got money, because they'll either treat you like Puff did Cassie, or they just treat you like you are underlinked, like talk down to you, or things like that. But that ain't all men with money. But maybe a lot of men do. But that ain't all men. And some women ain't even allowing that. They'll be out. But a lot of women like weak men. A lot of women will sit back with a broke dude until it's time for something to go through, like bills or something that's they can't take care of or handle. And now they'll look at you like, damn, man, you a weak dude. But damn, we was just having fun all month till this bill came in the mail and you can't handle it. Zip exposed Remy Ma for dating some broke rapper from Queens before Pap. He even posted dude pic as proof. So that was all cap. Facts. And how is Pap broke and he's an executive up at a record label? So how could he be broke? That don't even make sense. And just because somebody broke don't make them a good person that treated you good. Evidently, something was good for you to be with a broke man this long. Come on, man. Why women always want to throw a man is broke? And then Clarissa, she said, Pap got his own house. I don't give Pap no money. And if I had to, I would. But I don't give him money. And he put me up to get plenty bags, plenty of times. So I respect him for that. He put money in my pocket. So that shut all that broke talk down. But why do a woman see when a person is caught up kind of in a twang, they think the only way out is to say a person is broke. And that poses, our culture is you look down on a person that's broke. Now, a lot of that's getting played out. I look down on a person that's broke that don't get up the next day to get no money. That's what it is. Now, you might be rich and get broke tomorrow. I don't look down on you. Things happen. It all happens to the best of us. But yeah, you got to know how to just bounce back like you never left. That's it. Finesse said, Pap dealing with Clarissa is what drove Remy off this hill. Facts. She wanted him to suffer, but the universe has something different planned for him with Clarissa, and Remy knows she can't bully her. Facts. If Pap was dealing with some random IG thought, she would have felt vindicated. Clarissa basically the next Layla Ali, yeah. And she's the next, and not only that, she's the basically an entrepreneur with her own money and own bread, and nothing can be said about her. Her own swag, her own sex appeal. Nothing can be said about her. And she can fight. Nothing can be said about her. Nothing. They always say shit. Well, one won't do, another one will. That's a fact. I've always learned that. But can't nobody trash Pap about what he did. Speaking out, it's only right he speak out at this point and defend his honor, his brand. He's a brand, no matter what level his brand is on. He's trying to go to another level. So now if Remy said that and he didn't say nothing back, come on, Unique. If he wouldn't have said nothing back, people would have been looking at him crazy or believed everything what was said about him, and that will make people don't want to buy into his brand no more, whatever he's doing. So he had to speak out. When you are a celebrity, you pick up a lot of things that you don't want to pick up. It's the same as a celebrity when they get mad because people want autographs and they're like, come on, man, I get it. Sometimes it get annoying, but you signed up for this. When you are first starting from the ground up, you be hoping somebody notice you somewhere in a club and looking around. And when you leave out, I've done it with artists. Yo, they knew who I was, man, in there. Yo, that's crazy. Yo, the buzz getting out. That's a fact. Dion, not to mention Remy has ruined her brand with all these shenanigans. That's my point. And that would have made her brand snap back into place. For real. That's a fact. And made him, see, and it's that fast to pull you down with negative, with what's not right. Ex-Metallic said, I feel for Pap. Me too, man. When he saw the baby on the floor in timeout while Remy and the chick was in the bed, He must have did everything to compose itself facts. And see, if it was a man, that would have been a different story. So Remy playing mind games. This is how I'm looking at it. No disrespect to Remy. Playing the mind games, letting, the woman come over so she could say, I wasn't doing that. We ain't doing that. That's just my own girl. But she's sneaking, getting it in. But she couldn't have did that with a man, so she could do it with the woman if that be the case. Jazzy said, yep, Remy ain't that crazy to step to Clarissa. She has met her match. Clarissa would lean her all the way back. Wow. I hear you, Jazzy. Fat Joe has been real. Dion Field said Fat Joe has been real quiet lately too. He doesn't want no part of this mess. I wouldn't either. That's you don't get in people's stuff. But he a brother, so he didn't really want to say nothing. And especially if his sis is wrong, he got to pull her to the side to tell her she wrong. He don't want to do that in public, so that's smart. Ex Batali said, "You got a smart outlook. You right." Pap even said it look multiple nights for him to go down and check what was going on. Remy almost pulled a fast one on him. That's a fact. That's how it goes. You bring your homegirl over, act like it's your homegirl. So yeah, your boy, and it's a nice big size house. He said, so he ain't thinking of it. They down there just chilling, doing the girls thing. But they on a little humping and jumping. If it was a man that was a good friend of, because I'm friends with a lot of my homegirls like a brother. And their husbands is my homeboys. But uh ain't no way that um the husband gonna have me over there with my sis and them. And they'll give me the shirt off their back, I get the shirt off my back. Ain't no way. And he upstairs chilling, we downstairs somewhere in a whole nother room chilling because we brother and sister, not by blood, but we tight for years. That's no way in hell it's gonna happen. That's disrespectful to the man house. That will get you killed if it looked like y'all was doing something and you wasn't. And you really not lying. But that's the mind games that would happen. So you do it with a woman, you think you can get away with it. Come on, stop it, man. Sometimes men try to make a woman something they can't be, which is classy, respectful women. Well, I don't think he tried to make her. I think that she already came how she was, and he knew it. She was already a rapper, established rapper before she went to jail. She just had a hot head, a hot temper. So that just shows you how, what he was dealing with on that note, character-wise. What they going through should not be in public. It looks bad for us as black couples when you was goals at one point. Anthony Damon said that. That's a fact. You got to remember, Vito still said, you got to remember, Joe keep it quiet because Remy basically slandered a lot his name for years when they were beefing, so he know what Pap dealing with. She got out from jail and apologized. Facts. B and J would not have a fallout public like they did, and she did push wrong for what the blogs and internet say. Yeah, and B and J is too big for that, and J always private anyway. B always private, but when Jay cheated, Beyonce said something about it. That came out a little bit. It didn't go crazy how this is, and speaking about what actually happened. And Pap tried. He was quiet, man. So we can't front on that. He was quiet. He was quiet, man. And Rim came out with it when Clarissa did that interview. And that's all that is. And she gotta still love Pap, I guess. And then she's I can't be mad if she um got love for the block captain dude. And I don't want to look down and say he a little dude to Pap or he's a two-move Papoose or whatever. She like him, she like him. Sometimes those be the men for women. They always think they got to get a big dog or a big boss looking dude, and that be the ones that run them through the mud. Homie might be, doing her just right, making her happy. And or some women can run men. There's a lot of women that want to act like they the man, man, and want to run you. Yo, where you at? You said you was going to the store. It don't take that long to go to the store. Why you still outside? No men want to go through that. No real men going through that. None. Oh, yo, who calling your phone? Why you got your phone over here? All the way over there? Because it's my phone. That's my phone. Why you worry about my phone for? You got your own phone, you worried about mine. And if I'm at the store, if it took a little longer, did you ask me, what am I doing first? Don't be calling me yelling. I went to another store. They didn't have what I wanted in the other store. You know, little stuff like that. And some men will be, nah, baby, ain't, no, I had to go to the store. Man, stop tripping, baby. No. Nah, I'm not going for that. Don't talk to me like that. Finesse said, but they even said she was clowning dude in Pap's message when Pap knocked him out. She don't even respect that man. Facts. Said she would have left him if he didn't wake back up. What do you mean he didn't wake back up? What, he supposed to die? What's she talking about? That sounds silly. If a chick cheat on you and you expect it, it will continue forever. You gotta bounce. You know, you gotta respect sometimes men cheat on women and women, you know, take us back. And that happens a lot for years. So we can't say that. If a man respect his woman to take it back after he cheat, I still respect that man. Jazzy said Remy might be a gorilla pimp in disguise. Yeah, but Pat probably wasn't going for it, and she ain't like how she couldn't handle him like that. Anthony said, do you think she respects the man at this point? Because we thought Poose was her king, but you don't treat your king like that. I don't know, and that's the whole thing about it. And see, a lot of women, when you get men that do this, and that's why women saying she messed it up for women out here, you got a good man like that, and a lot of these men now see that and don't want to trust a woman because of what she doing out here. It was clear as day that that man was all for her up and down the highway. Yo, man, it made me feel bad for homie, man. But I respect him, though. Troy versus everybody. Yeah, she clowning easy to Papoose, which shows she was feeding off the negative energy like a vampire, which still show she still loved Papoose, and which might show that she still wanted attention from him. And when he was giving her attention, it wasn't enough. She's still going out, and she was getting away with coming in the house the next morning. And Pap being a good dude, don't put his hand on a woman. Pat being a good dude and don't put his hand on a woman, probably argued with her. She still took advantage of it. Some women like to get beat too, because it make them think that the man, to their mind, they think, oh, he really loves me. He beat me like that. I'm telling you, they might got to use that in the Puff trial. Cassie might like getting whooped at that time, because they think the man love them. Anthony said, I don't think a man, she respects a man and what a good man does. I think she does still want him back, but can't. Right. She might want him back, but knowing he's far gone, she want to make it look like she's the one done and all that. He already was gone with Clarissa, so I ain't understanding like saying the woman that was there for you and all that, she's gone now. That woman is gone. It's a wrap now. Saying that in public, and you know, one point in time, not one point in time, all the way up to now, we've been seeing him looking like he been having fun with Clarissa making moves. Finesse said she was low-key alluding to the fact that she's still getting knocked down by Pap. Said that Pap's still visiting the house to Clarissa. I don't know how Easy can't see he getting played. Shit. At this point, Easy said, I'm going to just soak all this up. I'm going to soak it all up. But what he ain't understanding, that this might be messing his career up because you looking like a homebreaker. Women out here do not like men or women that breaks up homes. And most women that buy records or back careers up with people in mute, most people that have a successful career in music and movies is 9 times out of 10 women That's the majority of that's the majority behind a successful person's career. That's a fact. Neek, what's up? Peace, family. What's good? I'm on the live. Text me real quick. I'm on live. Oh, I'm at the crib if you come and do. All right. Oh, okay. All right. That's my cousin calling. Y'all know it's Memorial Weekend. They trying to see what we gonna do tonight, man. This is a sad situation, man. For real, I feel bad for Pat, man, because he really did love his wife and he showed it all. But I'm glad he found love and he's happy. But we're gonna get into something else real quick. But I'm gonna go into Dion Field says sometimes though God shines the light on the darkness you can't see. And maybe this was the case for Pat. That's a fact because she was cheating and he caught her later. So he shined the light on her, but he still tried to make it work. That's what counts. They did counseling. When they did the counseling, the lady said, go to the event. Don't fight the dude or nothing. He did that. And after the event was over, he said he went home to his daughter and she went with old boy and stayed out all night. Now, like I said, homie eating it all up, but he's going to mess his career up looking like he's the homebreaker because he was cheating with a married woman, and it's clear that Papoose didn't know about it. So you knew that she was married, and you was doing that, bro. And that ain't cool. That will get a person lights out. Ex Mentality says she ain't even visit her son in prison until Pap did. She want to keep up, and she want to keep up the image in public. Yeah, that's deep. That's deep. Maybe she told her son, though, you keep getting in trouble, I ain't coming to see you no more. So we can't say that. Some kids don't like to listen. My mama told me, don't call me if you keep getting in jail. I'm not coming to get you. No more. It's done. So we can't blame her for that. Now, we ain't on the grill this weekend. I'm going to go to somebody else's grill, if anything. Don Diego says she was talking about her money like they wasn't married. Yeah, when you married, that's your money. That's the fact. And if he helped right and you done clocked some dollars and he ain't take the money, that's what it is. You ain't, you know what I'm saying? You supposed to look at it as that's yours also. Cause that's how I look. That's my wife. I ain't taking nothing, man. Dion Phil said very disrespectful. Yeah, it's some very disrespectful situation, man. And it's out in the public now. But one thing I do say is he had to speak out. That's it. And speak his piece. But for to say that the man is broke and all that, but Hassan Campbell said, being 47 and broke, that's crazy. He ain't really go in bad on him. He just said you got to bounce back. It don't matter. Things happen at a lot of people out here get broke at certain times when things happen. Ex Brutality said, but she set a bad example as a mother by going to jail for clapping somebody. She should have some sympathy, some empathy. She been in his shoes. Now that is a great point from what I just said. You're right. That's a fact. I'm gonna give y'all a quick story of when before she was Remy or Remy Ma, and one of the producers that she was working with is my boy. His name is DA from the Bronx. He locked up now for shooting a kid. I don't know if y'all could Google it. It's a kid got killed on Easter. A little kid. He was going to church and got shot from somebody shooting out. Had a shootout and the baby get hit in the back seat. They was just driving to church, and he's locked up for it, but he's about to get a pill cone. They unlocked 2, 3 other people up, and they still didn't never get the right person. Now they locked him up, and they swore up and down he's the last person. He was the right one, but it's not looking good. He's about to come home. So, um, he's a producer. He produced for a lot of people, man. He was working with Rough Riders and Loon, Mace, a lot of them guys, man. Murder Move, and even with Remy. And Remy, he had the studio in his house, and he was telling me him and Goods was up in the crib, and Remy was up in there, and they was working, and Goods said something or did something that Remy didn't like, and said Remy whipped out the thing on Goods. Back then, before she was big dog with Fat Joe Remy and all that. He was like, yo, boy, don't be playing with me. And DA said he had to tell her, yo, man, Remy, put that down, man. You ain't shoot nobody in my house, man. You bugging. Said she wouldn't take her eyes off him. So that's how I know on the low, like she definitely don't play no games. So the woman that think like that from even at a young age, it shows a lot that she has like masculine energy, even though she looks she not look, she is feminine, but she has masculine energy as well. That she can move how a man would move. Happy Memorial Day, Dion Fields. Appreciate you for chiming in with me, man. Thank you. Vito still say, yeah, she wasn't nothing to play with. Was dating bars and hook from out of QB. Facts. I think that was why Pap fell in love. He said she barked at him in the studio when they first met about putting his feet on the couch. That's why Pap had to find a Clarissa boxer. Yeah, she's nothing to play with. So, at this point in time, my opinion, I think she had to have somebody that's rough, like she is, to really like check her, for her to have to respect her. Because Pap is like, he's a ladies' man. And he's not a punk or none of that. But he's still just like, I want to say a ladies' man. He loves hard. He loves hard, and he's a respectful person to his woman, man. And he showed that. And now all of a sudden, we seeing that he cheated when she was locked up. She ain't say he cheated when he was home, when he was locked up. I ain't saying cheating is good at any time, but he didn't ask you to go to jail. That's what they always say about us men when we out in these streets hustling and get locked up, or hustling and doing stupid or shooting people too. Sometimes you're gonna have to respect that the other person is a human being and they get horny. But you got some women that's strong and say they wait for their man. Sometimes when the man come home, he don't even pay the woman no attention once he get back situated. And she like, dang, I waited for you. You was telling me we was gonna have a family when you come home. And I never told my baby mother none of that dumb stuff. I never really was calling here and there. I called, checking, make sure my daughter was good, stuff like that. That's it. Never did all the jailhouse antics of when you coming home. But a lot of people do it, and that's that. But she should have had sympathy for her son because he seen what his mama did, and she should say, well, damn, he might have watched me, man. Damn, I gotta blame myself. So you're right. She needed a 90s Unique. Unique wasn't playing about them chicks back in the day. That's a fact. That's how we was moving back then. I remember when he balked at a shorty in front of the Mecca store. Yeah, we used to have the girls on stage eating the Uchi Wally, and after we leave the club, we go back to the crib. Everybody having all the girls in there doing all the crazy mess, man. That's how it was going down back then. The one brand Nubian took the photo of the album cover. Okay, yeah, that was the boys then. They used to hang around all the time. Derek X still around. Sadat out here, he out here with us. That's my boy. That's my bro. But I just didn't like, the people's trying to go in on Pat, man. That's why I had to speak on this. I did not agree with what my brother Unique, his take on it, and a lot of people in his comments was going in on him on his comments, man. So I don't know how that's gonna play out by the end of the day. His following is big. A few more people gonna go up there, man. Troy versus everybody said, but there's consequences. Remember the jealous boyfriend Unique had stalking him. Yeah, that's a fact. Back then, the jealous boyfriend would have been in somebody's trunk ASAP. Once he did the wrong thing. That was Leanne's boyfriend, but we used to have, me and him used to have Leanne SWV with us every day. We go pick her. He come get me. Come on, Boosie, come on. We running up to the Bronx to go pick her. We ride around all day having a ball. Just me, him, and her, man. We used to do that probably every day for probably about a month, man. Quiz made it. Maddox said, laugh out loud, I learned my lesson the hard way. Hopefully Papoose finally got the memo. That's another thing. Unique was saying, like, come on. He was basically saying, come on, Papoose, move on. He's saying basically, come on, Pat, move on. Pat been moved on. I don't think Unique followed the story real good. He been gone. He been with Clarissa, and he was with her after they separated. Few people were saying they don't like that he was dating Clarissa, even though him and Rem was separated, but they still was married. Somebody said on what was that? On one of them shows said they were still married by law. Man, y'all get caught up with this paperwork, with that contract that y'all take from the government with marriage and by law. Once I'm separated from you, that paper don't own me or control me. It's over. And then I gotta wait for them to send back the divorce and make sure it's final and all that. That means that means something? No, that don't mean nothing. And that's my opinion. A lot of other opinion people might see different, but I'm not. If we separated, it's over. I'm not waiting for no paperwork. And I see somebody I like, I'm gonna have to sit back and wait. She ain't waiting for me to get that over with. She gonna think I'm still in love, and nah, she gone after that. I like Clarissa's vibe too. I think she's honest. I think she's outspoken, and she look like she's a fun person, and she look like she his piece. See, one thing I learned, and I watched it. Uh, when a woman really love you, she know that you on a breakup. She know that you love her too, but she also know that you still healing from another love, and she got to be there to comfort you so you can ease away from that other love that you had and get every drop of it out of your body, and now you all the way committed to her. So she knew what she signed up for when she uh joined with you as a couple. So she know that you 80% her, still 20% not the other person, but still 20% with your heart towards the other person. So that's a real woman right there. For real. And even when a man do it, that's a real man right there as well. So I get it. That's a fact. So a lot of this stuff is crazy, but the end of the day, Papoose did nothing wrong. He's supposed to speak up because he is a celebrity. That man, be quiet and don't be speaking your business out loud. He didn't speak his business until it was spoken, and now he has to. That theory only applies to people that is not celebrities. Don't be speaking your business. And 9 times out of 10, if you are a real popular person in your hood, if you're a hood celebrity, sometimes you might have to speak out because you don't want people looking at you crazy. Because that'll make people don't even want to do business with you in your own hood. If you're a party promoter and you got a big name and a big buzz, and your name start buzzing all through the Instagrams and the IGs in your area, and people looking at you like you did your woman dirty and all that, and your party might start getting weak. And now people ain't gonna want to come there. So that's the take. on being a celebrity. For real. Finesse said the public outcry of support shows that Pap did the right thing. Facts. That's why Remy making back-to-back videos. She trying to clean up her image now. Facts. For him being quiet is what made her really come out. Because the quietness was eating her up. And a lot of people been seeing Clarissa running around, and Pap did that video with him sparring with her sparring with Pap. And a lot of that stuff is that eating you up. Pap should just stick to that video and leave it alone. After that, yeah, because he said more than enough that he need to say to clear himself up. Ain't no more to be said. Now it's time to be quiet. Facts. He revealed everything he needed to like a gentleman. Facts. And he still ain't try to dog her out, nothing. He just spoke facts and, pushing back what she was saying. That's a fact. Now it's time for him not to no more to be said, man. I ain't going no more deeper, man. Other than that, I don't got nothing to prove to none of y'all. If y'all didn't see what I said the first time, that's on y'all. Period. Enough people seen it to defend him if people say something wrong in comments anywhere. Enough people seen it. Finesse said, you right. That video of him sparring with Pap tore her up. I know some Remy fans who were salty about that. So I know how she felt when she saw that. Facts. L. Bliss, salute. Yes, indeed, man. Yeah. I don't care how tough a woman is, but I guarantee you, she don't like to see when that man is enjoying himself. And Unique was like, stop looking like that, man. Paused it. Stop looking like that. Like as if Pat was sad. Nah, Huey, the man ain't never been looking sad, bro. He look like he been smiling the whole time I've been seeing him everywhere. At this point, he addressing something, so he got to get his thought process together before he say these words that he want to say. But overall, he ain't look like he been missing a beat since he been with the Clarissa lady. Jay said Clarissa vibe well together, right? Yep. And she sees that lost a good man at the end of the day. Facts. Pap hitting her with them shields body shots. Oh, wow. Yeah. My boy like, hey, I can't even stunt, man. He looking good. I feel sorry for him. The block the easy captain dude. A lot of men like to mess with married women. A lot of married women a lot of women like to mess with married men too. So don't get it twisted. Women is not no angels out here when it comes to that stuff. And a lot of married women on the low that don't respect their man like to take them out of town trips. And they'll get them a nice little quickie off where they at. That don't respect their man. See, when you be at home and you let a woman play you like you the as soon as they walk in the house. Ah, damn, man, why your cup over here on the sink? Because it's on the sink. I'm going to get it when I get it. Just because you walk in here, you don't know what I was doing before I put it on the sink. Little arguments like that is when they don't respect you around the house. When they look at you as you are belittled to them inside of the house. Period. Damn, why you leave the light out leave the light on the porch? Oh, damn, my bad, I forgot it. Instead of just saying, damn, babe, you left your cup. Or instead of saying, oh, I put your cup in the sink for you. I seen it on the thing. That's, subliminal. Don't be talking down like I'm your child. Ain't no woman talking to me like that, period. And that's what be the toxic relationship. And when a woman start that, I'm gone. We not even doing all that. Once I see it quick, I'm not with all that. And a lot of men think like, well, she gonna change. No, it's only gonna get worse. period. And then when she doing that with you in the house, she out partying and seeing the boys is balling. You know, the dudes is popping the bottles and all that, and respecting when they talk. Hold up. Expertise said that's a fact. Unique said he forgot how many married women he screwed. I think he told the story of being in a hotel for hours looking for a married chick. He was screwing wedding ring. I ain't never heard that one, brother. But, hey, Unique off the chain. Miss D. Hunter. It hurts Remy more knowing that Clarissa probably has more money than her. That's a big fact, Jazzy. Since she's materialistic. Facts. That's a big facts. And Clarissa don't look materialistic to me. It look like she like nice things and probably like the, you know, when time come to go get right. But yeah. So, but yeah, when you the nice guy, women don't like the nice guys. They still like to be outside. They that family. See, this is my thing. I don't think Remy was really ready to be the family type of girl. She still wanted to be outside and doing the things like her and Pap should have been traveling and, you know, going to the parties and events. I think she still wanted that life. But Pat wanted to be at home, be a family man. Birthday parties come up, we celebrating his family. Christmas come around, everybody's family. With stuff like that still can go on, but go be out and be adventurous somewhere though, too. Then Diego said Remy ain't happy. If she was happy, she wouldn't be running her mouth on the internet. Maybe so. But I think Remy still wasn't ready to be that, the Huxtables. He wasn't ready to be the Huxtables, the Bill Cosby show. That's what Pap was looking for. He was looking for that. Remy still got a little bit of street inside of her, man. That's what I'm thinking, man. And that's what it looked like the young boys, you know, make her feel vibrant and all that. But he ain't really, you know, he young, but according to everybody, he ain't got bread like that. So ain't too much he could really do. But it don't cost that much to take a woman out and go to parties and go to events and have fun though. But sometimes I guess when it's time to go to like them Italy trips when you are a big celebrity and stuff like that, I don't know. Can Easy handle those payments? Some of the little back-to-back ones? I don't know. I'm just asking. Finesse says she got newfound attention with the surgery and new teeth. She wasn't a symbol before she got locked up or younger, so she wasn't used to the attention for her looks. That adds to it. So she wanted to explore that attention that she felt she missed out on those years too. So she was ready to sit down and be the housewife every day. Jazzy said still has a project mentality. The Lynx TV said, when a woman cheated on you the first time, let her go. Don't stick around. So what you think, Lynx TV, so what you think when a man cheat on a woman and she accept the man back? We got to be honest, more women accept men back more than anything. A man, we get butt hurt. Oh, man. Oh, yo, you gonna get my boo-boo away? Word? Oh, word? So you love him? Did you give him fellatio? Oh, word? Oh, man, it's the end of the world. He's sick, sick, sick. A woman be sick, upset, and all that, but they accept us back, man. We got to be 1,000 with it. So why not take a woman back? She might have just made a mistake, being weak for something mentally. Some women is not mental. Some of them just do it because you are weak to her. She don't respect her man. At home, she knows she got you locked, man. I'm going to go and get me some of this fly guy. All the girls is thirsty for him in this club. He popping. He looking good. I'm going to get me some of that. And now she sneaking with the fly guy that the girls like in the club. And after that, she come home to you and see you like, oh, what you doing? Unique was smart. He wasn't doing the married chicks in their crib. That's how you avoid getting body, of course. Easy was foul for messing with Rem openly. But yeah, you can still get bodied in a hotel too if the husband find out where you at. So don't get that twisted, brother. But you know, L Bliss, he wants to smash immediately after hearing it too. Right. Remember Nas' baby mother book? She said Nas almost lost it when she found out she went down on Jay and went up to Rockefeller offices with them toys. Even approached Dame. I ain't hear about that one, but okay. Expertally said men react differently. Yeah, they do. As I say, we do. We don't want to hear nothing about those other bed hitting our lady and all that. But when you sit around and let a woman talk to you, from the gate, I'm gonna know if you my type of woman. Cause you're not talking to me crazy. I don't care. I just gotta be by myself. And I don't care if you're the baddest woman on the planet. A lot of the pretty bad joints, they don't really have no brains. And the ones that do got brains and the men that is smart, them the ones that they lock down. Cause there's not too many of them around. And they hard to find. And they are submissive to their man. They ain't doing all that cause I'm pretty. You better listen to me stuff. I'm very smart. You better listen to me stuff. She take it, they see eye to eye. But when a woman start all that trying to control you stuff, oh, why you ain't call me right back? I was on the phone on a business call. I'm just saying, well, what? Nah, we ain't doing none of that. Vanessa, yeah, that's in her book. She said when she admitted that to Nas about going down, he dropped the phone and went up to Rock Studios. Maybe she was making herself seem more important. Yeah, that's a fact, because I ain't heard about it. Nas coming nowhere with no toasters. If it was, they kept that quiet. Nas seemed like a Papoose, chill dude to me. Yeah. Yeah, Jay made the song, Is That Your Chick? Targeting Nas. Oh, yeah, I remember that song. But I don't remember Nas going nowhere with no burners. But it's a funny one, boy. When the men find out the girls are cheating, boy, that right there hurts. I'm trying to think if I ever no, I ain't. My ex, my last ex that I was with, I found out about a dude that was supposed to be cool with her like a bro, and I found out about it. But I ain't find out about it till like a year later. I was over we separated like because we wanted to separate. We grew apart. We was together 17 years, so we grew apart. So I found out about it later. It is what it is at this point, but I still feel, and I had to address her and let her know, look, you try to get somebody killed doing that ignorant stuff, because the person supposed to be your homeboy, and you dating them like that don't make sense. Jay said that's why 50 coming at Puff so hard. Why he coming at Puff? It's always the dude that's supposed to be a bro. Right, that's a fact. I bet the man shook your hand. That's a fact. Just like Pap said, Easy did to him, smiling and grinning in your face. That's a fact, and that's where the problem could have came in at. But I'm smart. I fall back. I let God handle that one on the strength of God didn't let me find out until a year or something later. She said, I hope she ain't have her be your crib. She ain't gonna be that stupid. She already know what it is. She, she done been on missions. She know what would happen if that would ever happen. The Lynx TV said, cause is a double standard. You have to have an open relationship and communicate with each other. That's a fact. communicate with stuff like that. Now, only reason why I'm cool with her having a homeboy that's a homeboy is because I got sisters that she know of that spent to go to Atlanta. We spend the night at my sister's crib, which is sisters from another mother, that's another father, but we was together so many years. And I met their husbands after they met their husbands. I talked one of mine into making sure you stick with that man. My sister, which is Cosette Michelle's cousin, and my sister's on tour, and they met on tour. And they met later, but that was always my sisters. Never know when I say you my sis, you my sis. I'm not sexing. I'm not thinking about that. My other sis, named Miss Tish, met her man later on in life, and that's my bro too. I've never ever, and she knew all of them. So me, I would be selfish. Nah, you ain't hanging around. Just no, hell no. He ain't coming to your job, and he might stop at the job because he work and then he live far, so he might stop there, chill. But we'll be at the job, chopping it up, talking. It is what it is. I didn't want to be selfish and have friends that I made my sister, which they made me their brother, and then I say no. No, I want to be the reasonable person as well. So it played out how it was supposed to, because like he said, it could have got ugly for real. Glad she have him in your crib. I know dudes who would be playing in other dudes' shoes and clothes because their ego and tend after smashing they chicks in their crib. And at this time, her son was my son, so I raised him from 5. He's 27 years old now, still my son. Love him to death. Even after we broke up, he still was over here at the studio in my house and recording with my producers and all that in the crib. But she would have never brought a man here because the son is here. So that comfort zone on that note was there. You know what I'm saying? So now women is slick now. So I can't never all the way, I could 90%, maybe 95% say I doubt she would ever did that. And son wasn't known enough to be running around in the mean streets. So, and she already know that'll be playing with fire. Ain't nobody leaving out of this house. I would have called anybody in my house. I probably wouldn't be on this podcast with y'all right now, man. Or probably just be coming home. Or probably wouldn't, maybe not. I don't know. That's the dangers of playing in them fields, man. You better know who to play with. That's a fact. And she already know this ain't nothing to play with. She's seen firsthand. Facts, but Boots, you was running with Unique in the 90s. You know the kind of deceiving tricks the married chicks did to get with him behind the man. I don't know really what Unique did with married women back then. I can't vouch for that one. I don't know. I just knew the women was on him because he had that bread and he was vibrant. And a lot of dudes ain't move how he do, but a lot of dudes was getting money too and was vibrant. You can rarely pick it up unless you're game on 10. That's a fact. You ain't gonna never be able to do that. Because women are the most slickest, what they call creatures on the planet. We think we slick. We ain't slicker than no women, man. Women, when they are 10 years old, when women, if a man and a woman is 5 years old, the woman is not 9 times out of 10 years old mentally than we are. They're sharper than us, man. We can't dispute that. It's a fact of life. Women are more ahead of time than we are, and we think we slick. But me, once I broke up, it was never no calling, trying to get back with it. Wasn't none of that. Locks got changed the very next day. Ain't none of that. Ain't no nothing. Work near the crib, ain't going to the job, hanging out, talking, nothing ever. That never ever happened in life. It's a wrap. And that's my point why I could voice my opinion on certain things. Because I've been that route. Never doing that. Never doing that, man. And I wasn't speaking my business, and she wasn't speaking the business. And that's how it's supposed to go. It is what it is. That's the first time I ever really spoke out publicly. A few people know, but it is what it is. We just cool. If she called me right now and need something, then cool. If I call her need something, but we ain't never went that route, and we don't call or communicate. I'm just saying if, but airing out stuff and all that ignorant stuff, I'm not doing that. It's never happening. Vito still said, nah, Unique definitely had that rep. I remember when he would pull up to the heights in the 90s, them Dominicans would run. That's a fact. Ex Metallic said, I'm just glad homeboy she was doing it with kept it G too and wasn't bragging. That's how it got messy. It gets messy, just like this easy clown. Facts. And nah, he ain't gonna do that. If he did that, it would easy get out, I guess. I guess. I don't know. But no, none of those things ever happened. And I ain't got time for that. A man, if that's your headache, brother. No woman is sending me to jail, and I'm not losing my life, and I'm not taking the life of no woman unless I'm in a compromising, awkward situation. That's it. There's too many women out here, and it's hard to find a lot of good women, but there are good women out here, and men should not get themselves involved in that type of stuff. That's just the fact of life. Harlem Night said, I remember you had the yellow Corrado. Facts. A lot of people come up here remembering that, man. That's wild. And you're not gonna kill yourself over a woman. That's a no-no. What? That means you love her more than you love yourself. If you kill yourself over a woman, you was a fool. And the people that has done it, I wish I could bring them back to life and then tell them they're a fool and then let them go back to wherever they sent themselves to. You are foolish. I wish I could send them a note. Why do that? You just gotta take the pain, man. Get over it. Go outside. Go to a bar, sit around, see if you can meet somebody to talk to, man. You never know. It might be the woman of your dream that God sent you to get away from the one that was not a good person. You gotta look at it that way, man. Big facts. Never gonna kill myself over no woman. No, no. Period. No woman is talking to me crazy. It's not happening. I'm wearing the pants and you're wearing the skirt. Even though you can throw pants on too like a man, but I can't throw a skirt on. At the end of the day, that speaks for itself. Let me treat you like a queen. Don't act like the wicked witch of the east or whatever you call it. You're not talking to me crazy. You don't run, you don't regulate me. And if you feel something ain't right, don't come up with a scenario that I'm doing something wrong and create an argument. Because I'm going to look at you like you're crazy. Why in your mind, I'm at the store? Or why in your mind, I lied to go to the store? I must be out somewhere talking or chopping it up with a woman or trying to go somewhere and get a quickie. I'm not telling you I'm going to the store, then I'm going to meet with another woman to try to get a quickie. I'm not doing all that. It came to that, what I got to do going to take some time. You know better, baby. That's corny mess, man. Men that got to do all that, man, you thinking with your Johnson. I ain't thinking with my Johnson. It's not happening, brother. That's crazy. Finesse said, you were smart, though, Boosie. You never dealt with the BK and the BX chicks unless it was a smash and dash. That's a fact. Harlem chicks dealt with respect, all day long. I might have, no, I never did have a Bronx or a BX woman on a, like, that's my lady. Nope, I didn't. And that don't mean to say it ain't no good Bronx women or Brooklyn women and or Queens women neither. So we can't say that. I just never ran across none because I was just in Harlem a lot. And I go through the Bronx, I go to Brooklyn too. A lot of guys get disrespected because they don't have their own stuff. That's another big point. Lynx TV just said they're not independent. They are they own they are their own crib with their own crib. They don't have their own cars. Facts. And would love to live off a woman. They meet a woman with their own stuff, and then they start dating a woman and just start easing, spending nights, and end up living with a woman. I'm not doing all that. I like my own space anyway. And a lot of women don't even like a man with their own crib. They get to the point where they start liking you. They start wanting you to move in with them or try to move in with you to keep eyes on you. That's a form of low self-esteem too. And I mean, they want to do it right away. But a lot of women don't like men with their own stuff. I was dating somebody, man. Listen, man. We get in an argument. I'm like, oh, I'm out. And she was a billionaire. And I was out. I'm good. She ain't never had to pay for nothing. I pay for everything. We go in. I'm paying for it like facts. Now, she took me out and surprised me with stuff and all that. But, when that argument thinking you regulate me, nah. I'm going to my own house, lay in my own bed. That's why I wish Unique was there for that Maine and May situation. He would have been able to G him and let him know you can't crash out over unfaithful chicks. That's a fact. But also you can't crash out with men that violate another man neither. So I don't know the situation, but that's what I'm saying. Yeah, I don't want to move in your house because that's a whole different bracket. But if we get tight, then yeah. But if we happy with me living in my house, you living in your house, then that's what it is. Vito said that was the WNBA shorty you was messing with. Nah, wasn't her. Me and her ain't get that far. And she definitely had that bag, but we ain't get that far. Well, she was cool, but she was a woman that wasn't ready for my lifestyle. See, a lot of women can't handle a busy man either. They like to be able to pinpoint you. Women like a pattern of a man. If you don't have a pattern for them, then they feel like you not their type. They can't pinpoint you, and that means they have a lot of stuff they have to deal with mentally themselves, and it starts with low self-esteem as well. For real, for real. But a lot of women like to control a men, and when they can control a man, best believe, and you go for it, best believe she gonna have Jody on the other side somewhere, cause you already in the pocket. And when a woman conquer you, she don't look at you the same. It's like a tall woman looking down at a short man. It's not gonna work. It ain't gonna work. Vito said that was the era of the shorties chasing the hustlers. Yeah, real dudes. Some of them will get a hustler that he'll start submitting. And we be like, yo, where you going? Oh, you going again tonight? Where are you going again tonight? Oh, yo, we about to go to the club. Oh, word? Word? Then you start seeing him slurring away, slurring. Next thing you know, that's wifey, and then you don't really see him that much no more. But it's cool if that's what happens and the person fall in love. Just make sure that you got your household in order, your things in order with your shorty. Because if I'm with you a lot, when it's time for me to go hang with my homies, I don't want to hear no, why you gotta go with them? Why that? Man, I just been with you all week. Those was the other things that I was going through with the woman that I was with, the millionaire. Listen, man, I'm with you all week. Don't question why I'm going with them. Now, respectfully, I'm gonna let her know where I'm going and what I'm doing because that's my woman. You're supposed to do that. But the antics that will come behind it, knowing that you are the good person always there with them, nah, that ain't how we doing that. Ex mentality said, how you dealt with the shorties that like to put their hands in your face? I know that was rare in Harlem, but we still had a few that slipped between the cracks. That's a fact. My ex, me and her arguing one time in the house, and she hit me hard. Boom. I'm like, oh, like I'm telling him, yo, pushing me in the chest and all. Go ahead, man. Quit while you ahead. Go ahead, cause I don't hit women. I'm not with that. And she hit me in my face, like connected good. Boom. I'm like, oh, and kind of backhanded like it was a reflection. And it kind of had an eye bloodshot red, man. I felt bad, but it wasn't my fault. And she knew it too. A woman is not supposed to hit a man because you can't beat a man. So don't do that. Because there's domestic violence both ways. Some women do hit men, their hands in the face in the house. I can't deal with a woman like that because my daddy always told me, I don't care who it is, they put their hands on you, you defend yourself. And that's a fact. Vito said because when she with her homegirl, she got some dudes with her as well. That was her guilt speaking to her. Yeah, I'm gonna shrug it off. But she did that when we was by herself. But I'm not with it. I give you a couple hits and all that to the chest and putting your hands and pushing me and pushing me. All right, man, I'm gonna walk away anyway. I'm not sitting around for it. I'm out. I'm gone. I'm done. And I mean, we might be in an argument. I don't mean I'm leaving like leaving her. I'm gonna just leave until everything calms down. I'm not doing that. Expert Tax said you hit her with the ism. That's a fact. She learned that lesson that day and it never happened again. Never happened again in real life. Don't put your hands on me. Can't punch me in my face like that. You get away with that, you're gonna do it again. And like I said, it was just a reflection. Like, damn. But I felt bad though, because I don't want to see my woman with no bloodshot eye red. Somebody did that to her, and she my woman. I'm gonna be outside looking for you, brother. So let alone me doing it, but me ever having to do that, nah, I would never do that to a woman. I never do it to my woman. Just go ahead, baby girl. You was there outside Club 2000 when Shorty tried to rip Unique hoop earring. Nah, out his ear. Wow. I'm glad he ain't wild out. That's what they wanted. Facts. Guarantee it was a Bronx or Brooklyn chick. I don't know. Now you got some Harlem girls that's wild too, brother. For real. Especially my 40th girls. Jamila, Sabrina, and all them. The 40 Wolves girls between 7th and 8th. They wasn't playing with you. My homegirls from my block. You got Kendra, Poole, God bless the dead, Jared, all of them. They wasn't playing either. That's a fact. Yeah, boy. So yeah, man. Hopefully, Papoose and them get this together, man. Your boy, I gotta roll out. Got some things to do. I got this watermelon movement going. About to bring these watermelons to New York for sale. Y'all want these good prices? They 25, 30 in New York. Y'all hit me up. I'm gonna beat that price by a huge margin. The big red watermelons with the seeds in them, man. I got the yellow watermelons too, man. So yeah, I got some things to do. It's a few cookouts out here. Got a few orders in. Me and my homeboys getting it together. They putting it together as we speak right now. So I got to go and make some moves. I just wanted to put my take in it. Whoever brand new up here, please subscribe. Everybody, please hit the like button before I get off this live. Please hit the like button. I appreciate all y'all coming up here. Y'all always show me love. My knowledgeable people. They all day long got the seeds in them. I even get the ones without the seeds and still have a good price for it. You know, some people still take those. Help them out in the comments with the ED. That's a fact. But yeah, peace to all y'all, man. Y'all enjoy your Memorial weekend, man. Stay safe out there. Eat good. Network with your people. And I'll see y'all on the next one, man. I might pop back in here a little later on this evening, man. Y'all roll with your boy Big Boosie, man. If y'all new, hit that notification button so y'all know when I'm back. Peace.